Hey folks, what's good? Just Warriors. I'm back. I did it. I found my power cord. It was right where it was supposed to be. We won't get into it. That's how it always goes, right? Um anyway, I got nobody here with me. You guys didn't trust me that I was going to come back on, did you? So why don't I just do some stand-up comedy, right? Um, I was gonna try to find one of those like backward baseball caps at the store, but I couldn't find anybody selling them. Do you know where to find them, Mark? Hey, I watched your 45-second video of your pets. Oh my God, they're so cute. Now, are those all current pets or are those current and past? Because I know you said you had a lovely kitty cat that passed away. Oh, hey, Bex. Thanks for coming back, you guys. So yeah, that was a super cute pet video, Mark. Thanks for doing that. So I needed to get food anyway. I don't know if you guys could hear my tummy rumbling when I was doing the video earlier, which was crazy because I ate a couple of fried eggs right before I came on. Like, there was no good reason for that. It's not like I'm running marathons or anything. Hey, Pixie Knickers. Only Ripley, the last one, is here now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, losing pets can be harder than losing people sometimes. I mean, people we can have hot and cold relationships with, pets are pretty consistently, unconditionally loving and lovable. Boo, Kimberly Walker says. I can't talk a lot, but I'm here. Aw, thanks for saying hi. And again, I see your name and I think of Kimberly Westfall. I told you that before a couple of weeks ago. So we got Jägermeister's mother stalking us, you guys. Just kidding. She's cool. So thanks so much for being here, you guys. I wanted to talk about more about Kylie, but also I wanted to talk about a little bit of Maui stuff, a little bit of Idaho stuff, and I wanted to touch base on that Colorado Senator Lauren Boebert. Do you guys remember her? We spoke about her a few days ago. Um, because I finally had her name. Somebody brought her up in a live the week before that, and I knew about it, but I didn't have her name written down. So Lauren Boebert is a senator for Colorado who I think she's a mother for, I think she's in her 30s. And I think that when I mentioned her name on my live, the ink on her divorce papers had literally just dried because a little bit after I wrapped up, I Googled her and it said that her divorce was final 2 hours prior to when I Googled her. And I thought, well, that makes sense of why she was acting like a what college girl gone wild, or no, a Placer County sheriff's deputy gone wild. Something like that. Anyway, very sad for her that she's doing such crazy stuff, but I would think for her ex-husband that if he's feeling remorseful about the divorce, that all that's doing is helping him, reassuring him that he made the right move in cutting ties. But that's just crazy, the type of behavior that she was displaying as even not a politician, but especially as a politician. And oftentimes, people in positions of power think that they're above the law. That's the problem. Headed into my therapist. Sorry for real. Oh, Mark, well, thanks for being here. And we got squirrels taking the baton from you, so we're good. Have a great session. That's awesome that you're doing therapy. What? We're not enough for you, Mark? No, just kidding. Oh, I love therapy. I love massage therapy. I love acupuncture, and I love music therapy, movement therapy, dance therapy, YouTube therapy. And I just think of everything as therapy, just like taking a nice hot bath or a nice long shower, um, good food, good company, meditation, gardening. It's all therapy as far as I'm concerned. Definitely listening to music is amazing therapy for me and singing too. Let's see. Me Too left you some comments. Um, okay, thanks, Kimberly. Mark, come back later. Yeah, we probably won't be on for more than an hour just because it's the afternoon and I'm gonna need to be done probably about 2-ish. So we're not in quite a hurry. Yay, Squirrels is here. Thanks again, girl. And Mark says he'll try, but yeah, we may be still on, but my guess is that we won't be. Java with Jazz and Squirrely Craft organizing while listening. Oh, how cool. Yeah, I love crafting. I love organizing. I like the crafting more than the organizing, but you have to put in the organizing or it's a freaking mess, right? What an immature lady and date. Yeah, I mean, what an embarrassment she is to all of us chicks, you know. I mean, all of us humans, but an embarrassment to her children, an embarrassment to her family, an embarrassment to her state. Um, like I said, at that theater where they were watching the play Beetlejuice, which would be such a cool play to see. I've never seen it as a play, only a movie, and I love it. It's one of the best. Um, that she was taking flash photography, she was making out with her date, and she was vaping, and there was a pregnant woman sitting right behind her. And then there was something else too. I mean, she was like cursing at the staff when she left. I think she denied the vaping, but they had the infrared surveillance camera footage of her vaping. Like, who the F does that? And then the other thing is that she was wearing this spaghetti strapped dress that she was completely falling out of. I mean, seriously, it was bad. And it also looked to me like she had enhancements. But either way, like, keep those girls under control, please. Like when she was getting up to move, I thought it was gonna fly right out and hit somebody in the face. Then you'd have to call 911 and get the medics out there. Anyway, enough with the comedy. I wanted to talk too about Pelletier's assistant, Terry Jones, that passed away right after he started. But let's keep up with you. Water therapy, art therapy, music therapy, yes, and talk therapy, narrative therapy, you guys. If you've never heard of it, it's the coolest thing because we're narrating our own life story. And when you're the narrator, you get to decide how it goes. So if things aren't going the way you like it, like let's say you have a huge trauma from 20 years ago where, somebody you saw somebody get squished by a boulder, okay? Something like that you can't change that. It happened in the past and it's a nightmare and you still have the reoccurring nightmares about it. You can't change what happened, but you can change how you feel about what happened. You can change your belief system about what happened. And in doing that, it's seriously as powerful as rewriting history. So if you thought, well, you were a terrible person because you weren't able to help them, and I mean, people do that. People get the survivor's guilt, or that you feel terrible because it should have been you. You were right there. Why did they die and you didn't? But when you switch it up and just prescribe a different meaning to it, like that you weren't meant to go, that it was their time. I mean, I hate to say that, but sometimes it seems like it's the way things are. I mean, sometimes the stars just align and it's like there's no other possibility. So when bad things happen, I hate to think, well, everything happens for a reason, but you you have that power as the narrator of your own life story. So maybe Google narrative therapy if that's something that interests you, because it's very powerful. And as far as like me being an art therapist, you can draw a picture, say, of a person picking an apple from a tree. And in that picture, you're going to see your relationship to your goals right now. Like that's a classic. Or draw a person a house, and a tree. Um, or the three doors, draw three doors. Anyway, there's different directives like that. And let's say you drew a picture of a person picking an apple from a tree and they're at the top of the ladder and they're reaching and the apple's way up there and they still can't get it. You can take your pen to the paper and you can like make the ladder taller, or you can put a tool in their hand, or you can draw a new apple that's lower that they can reach. That's what I'm talking about. Like, just because you finished drawing it, it doesn't mean that you can't change it the way you want it to be. So think about that, please. I mean, I just love it. Narrative therapy was something that I learned from a narrative therapist when I had my first job as an art therapist. And he was not an art therapist, he was into music and talk therapy, but he was a master of it. And it was really cool for me to incorporate that into my own drawings that I needed to change, like metaphorically as well as literally. The internet never sleeps. I love that. No rest for the wicked. I saw on Broadway in Boston. It's really funny. Beetlejuice. Oh my goodness. Michael Keane, is that the actor's name who plays Beetlejuice? Oh, he's so creepy in that movie. He just like nailed it. He's so good. And then Michael Keaton, right? Michael Keaton. And then Gina Davis, and wasn't that Alec Baldwin like back before he gone bad? Alec Baldwin when he was good. I mean, I think that that's the right Baldwin in there, but also Winona Ryder's in there, and then that couple that play her parents that are in a lot of um those movies made by the guy who did the name of this band is Spinal Tap. Anyway, we won't go off on our movie tangents, but you guys know who I'm talking about, the mom and the dad in Beetlejuice. They're a hilarious pair. Any movie that they're in together, you want to see them. Trust me. I mean, Beetlejuice did end up saving the day. He's problematic, but he serves a purpose. Beetlejuice or Michael Keaton? He was even creepier in that Pacific Heights. Do you guys remember that one? Oh my goodness. If you haven't seen Pacific Heights and you want to see a scary movie, see Pacific Heights. And it's beautiful. It's in San Francisco, so the cinematography is phenomenal with that area of the city. Pacific Heights is amazing, and he's a great actor. Anyway, on with this show. Here we go. Squirrel says, "Hi, all be sure to hit that like button to keep Jazz and her topics in the algorithm." Thank you. That's the like button. You know what it looks like. Hit it. And then share, subscribe, ring your notification bell. S'il vous plaît. And everything I say is simply my opinion, simply for the sake of conversation, always hoping to open up a discussion and to be educational and to gain insight and knowledge. All my videos to date are made for this YouTube, which is an entertainment platform. He's like Coyote Spirit vibes. Are you talking about Beetlejuice, Coyote Spirit vibes? I'm not familiar with that. I gave you a 7 for messages. Okay. Insert angelic harmonies. You can't change the situation, but you can change how you perceive it. And changing how you attach meaning in your life to it or what it says about you. Like if you've been a victim of an assault, that doesn't say anything about you. That says something about the perpetrator. That doesn't say anything about you. Casey the cat, hello, hello. That used to be called path working. Oh, cool. That's another name for it. Nice. Michael McAllister says hello and good evening, everyone. Hi, squirrels on fire, and hi, Jazz. Hello, Michael. Hope you're okay. And Baklava, yum. That's one of my favorites. Not so big on the muffins and the cakes, but baklava, I'm all about it. Let's see. Shadow path work is good stuff. Michael, where are you from? Are you in the UK? Everybody's got in them shadow self, evil twin, right? The dark side. Yeah, I've done some shadow work. It's been a while. Um, been a long while. That was like something I did in undergraduate work. Let's see. Nana, hello. Thanks for coming back, girl. Love that movie. Michael Keaton and Alex Baldwin. Okay. Isn't it Alec? Alec Baldwin? Anyway, instead of Alex, I think it's with a C. Anyway, yeah, not a fan anymore. Of course, I once was. Of course, I once was, but no, not no more. Not after that whole thing with Helena Hutchins. That was treacherous. Absolutely crazy. I could do a whole show on that, but that's not what we're here for today. Fighting after lunch nap desire. My 2 a.m. work alarm stinks. Yeah, that's pretty freaking early, Fred. What are you doing up at 2? That's horrible. I love the dinner table scene. Right, that's with the song too. The reggae song. Daylight come and me want to go home. Day yo. That's definitely the best scene from that movie, but I mean that movie is just great. I like the beginning with like all the, miniature stuff. I was in the middle of watching your live. Oh, cute, Fred. That's awesome. Um, that is so funny. Thank you for watching both. And Casey says, Shan, I'm not getting any notifications for you. So annoying. I will try to fix it. Beetlejuice is like Coyote's spirit, the natural forces of change, just the way they operate in nature without interference. And you're reminding me of a book from back in the day, The Women Who Run with the Wolves. That's a really good book. I actually did an art therapy, like a women's group, where we used that book for each week's group therapy. It was fun. The calling card of sorts. Sherry, hello, late but here for a live. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's been a minute. Misa Deo. It's in Idaho, it's in Cali, it's in Oregon, it's everywhere. Um, okay, I missed something. However, I've seen people using the symbol delta, which means change in Greek for bad things. Good to know. Yeah, we need to talk about this whole Greek element in the Idaho case because I've got my own beliefs about the whole case, which I just think the entire thing is completely insane. And all of this back and forth with Howard, I think it's Howard Blum. It might be Howard Bloom, but there's no E at the end. Um, all this back and forth with Steve Gonzo and Howard Blum and his airmail drop and the texts and the fake texts and the Facebook page. I actually went to the Gonzo family Facebook page. Um, and the whole thing is just weird. Like, the whole thing to me is just weird. Like, it's just a whole lot of optics and not appropriate. You're dealing with a multiple homicide investigation. Like, everybody should be laying low. You shouldn't be putting stuff out on Facebook and I don't know. You know me. I fully support the Gonzo family. I fully support Steve G. All of this back and forth with the Howard Blum. To me, it's just a bunch of noise. It's a distraction to keep us focused on all of that back and forth rather than looking at the real deal, which is how the hell did this happen and who's behind it and why did the investigation go this way and why did Chief Fry go driving a U-Haul off with all the freaking evidence in it, then start throwing stuff in a freaking pickup truck. These are the real questions we need to ask you guys. Like, why was this quadruple homicide handed on a silver platter to somebody that may have had as much as 4 years experience with the police department, but I think two. I think it was 2 years that Corporal Brett Payne had. And yes, he had army experience before that, but still, you've got people on that in that department that have like 25 years experience. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Anyway, these are the real questions we should be asking. All this other crap is just tit for tat. That's why I just try to like not focus on all that noise. Anyway, I was late for the last, so I'm glad. I've been singing that song today, Daylight Come and Me Want to Go Home. So strange that you're now talking about it, Beetlejuice. Pixie, that's what I'm talking about. The synchronicities. That's way cool. That is really funny. And yeah, me talking about Friday the 13th being my lucky day and then not being able to find my cord when it was right where it was supposed to be. But like I said, we're not talking about that. Um, let's see. Who wrote it, Jazz? The Woman Who Run with the Wolves. I love a good book. I don't remember who wrote that. I'll have to look it up, Casey the Cat. But that's what it's called. And it was like the mid 90s. It was extremely popular. It was very, very cool. My favorite story, I still remember the name of it, called Doll in Her Pocket. Love it. And she's the doll, of course. Yes, they're manipulating many of the symbols used in path working and women who run with the wolves. What? In the Idaho case? Because, yeah, the one thing about this Brett Payne is that he likes to kill wolves and he has pictures of these dead wolves on his social media, and it's freaking disgusting. And it's very offensive to me. I would think it'd be very offensive to anybody that's native, especially. I mean, they revere wolves as like holy, I think. Um, yeah, it's really disgusting. It makes him look like a sick freak, in my humble opinion. Just saying. I'm here, and Shan, I keep missing you. I had to actually subscribe again, even though I'm a member. YouTube messed with my subscriptions. See, Nana, that's what I'm talking about. You guys take note, because you might think you're subscribed to Squirrels on Fire or to my channel, and you might have been bumped off by the shadow banning, or maybe it's just a glitch. We're not making any accusations to anybody about nothing. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Well, you mean hope everyone has a good weekend because we're at Friday. Are you trying to confuse me, Rhonda? It's from the occult currents. That spat me out. Wait, what? Wow. Okay. Kat, I've only gone live once this week, darling, so that could be why there's no notifications going off. I haven't spent much time at my computer on phone, but thankful others are keeping Kylie going. Yes, we will continue keeping Kylie going. I just watched some Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, right before I came on, because even though I was trying to keep up with her last night, I missed some stuff that she was probably dropping last night while I was watching. Like I said, that's how she goes. That's how she rolls. And yeah, I really liked what she had to say about this new like deathbed confession thing. I pretty much feel the same way she feels. That yeah, it's like Nick G with Squirrel Girl all over again. Although I believed Squirrel Girl, but I don't know that I can believe Nick G, especially if that's how he's going to present the information on a YouTube channel. But yeah, when anybody is coming to a YouTube channel with any information, even if they think they're telling the truth, they might not be accurate. So but then it's the telephone game too. Like this person said that this person said that this person said. It's cray cray. I don't think we can put too much weight in it. Luckily, I'm a good witch, Kimberly. I don't hurt animals. Yeah, yeah. And this crap is sinister and bad. I'm out of there. Pixie, I bet you know when you get a call at times who it is before they call, you'll be thinking of them. Right. Doesn't that happen to everybody? Seriously. No, it's not that because I would still see your channel. It's YouTube. No worries. I will see if I can fix it. I don't know that we will ever know for sure. Big cover up, just like Kylie. Um, Sorry about that. Maybe my noise canceling made it not as bad as it sounded here. I just kicked over a metal thing, getting my feet up. So anyway, brain lost train of thought. Um, yeah, we might not ever know what happened with Kylie, but we're not going to give up trying to figure it out. And same thing with Idaho 4. We very well might not ever know. Same thing with the Maui fires. We very well might not ever know definitively, but we will do everything we can to try to figure these injustices out because something's squirrely. Like you can smell a rat in all of those cases, right? Same thing with Suzanne Morphew. You can smell the chipmunk. It's gross. It's absolutely gross that people do these things and then they try to spin it and they just make such fools of themselves. They make fools of all of us. You know, we all fall for some of their stupid tricks. Um, so this police chief Pelletier, whose executive assistant Terry Jones died in a really bad car accident, single vehicle car accident in a parking lot at 100 miles an hour, hitting a tree when someone allegedly stole her purse out of her car and she was chasing them. I don't buy any of that. I don't buy the purse stealing. I don't buy the chasing them in her car. Like, that's sus AF. That was the end of February. So it was like about 10 weeks after he started, I think. He started on December 15th. And then by June of that year, or was it June of this year? Because he started December 15th, 2021. There were 7 formal complaints filed against him from coworkers. There were people who had been working for the department for a long time who resigned, who retired early so that they could get away from him. It was a very toxic environment. Terry Jones had worked for the Maui PD for 30 years. She was a mother and a grandmother, and the story is that she was like helping her daughter deliver newspapers and somebody grabbed her purse or bag out of her car and she got in her car and chased them. But my husband used to deliver newspapers when we were still in college and I helped him once. And you don't get out of your freaking car when you're delivering newspapers, except like to pick up the newspapers, like that one time. So, anyway, it's ridiculous. It's suspicious. Like it's fishy. I smell a rat. I smell a rat there. Um, Everything about that guy is fishy. Just like the governor, just like the mayor. They are all shady AF in my humble conspiracy theory opinion, allegedly. I'm keeping up with my friends here. Hey, Ara, yay! Um, let's see. You do it all the time, and I have dreams that have come true. Scary. Yeah, isn't that wild? What's really wild to me is if I wrote my dream down and I didn't realize it came true, but then years later I read what I wrote down and then realize, yeah, that happened a couple of years after I had that dream, huh? The MIL agents are BGL, Boise of the good type and the bad type. Hey, Ara, factions, Pixie Ditto, honey. It can be very almost shocking at times. It's bizarre. And it can be super cool too, right? Absolutely. Got to stay caught up with you folks. Where'd you go? Um, right here. Four party governor is what we have. And one unlucky Friday the 13th for me fell and broke ankle in three places today or a different Friday the 13th. Oh, because it says only one unlucky. Wow. But see, there must have been a reason that you needed your ankle broken. And I'm like laughing, but I'm serious. Like maybe it saved you from going and doing something that was going to be disastrous, like falling down and breaking your ankle. If you know anything about the Golden Dawn turn of the century Greek codes, I know nothing about that. But yeah, the Greek system in the University of Idaho, the university, and the president of the university, I think his name is Scott Green. I think the governor of Hawaii is Josh Green. Scott Green, I'm pretty sure that the victims' cars that were in the parking lot of 1122 King Road when the Red Rum happened, those cars were left in that parking lot for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then they were moved to President Green's driveway down the street because he lives on the same street. Like, really? That's not suspicious. Let's see. Nan, weird synchronicities happen all the time to me. Well, with a name like Pixie Knickers, even though I know that's probably not your given name, but still, yeah, doesn't surprise me. How are you, chick? Sorry, not seeing you for a bit, Ara. I know Ara is such a busy girl. My goodness. These frat guys graduate to military and intel. Kimberly, I've never thought about those Payne brothers. What fraternity were they in? I'm writing that down. The Payne brothers when they were at the University of Idaho. Um, wow. Got to figure that out. I'm gonna guess Sigma Chi or Sigma Chi. I think you're supposed to say Sigma Chi. I'm just taking a shot in the dark. Lots of astronauts are Lambda Chi or Lambda Chi. I did not know this. I didn't never even really heard of Lambda Chi. Kimberly, you're too smart. So are FBI, CIA, etc. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna highlight that one. This is really good information to have. Thank you for sharing, Kimberly. It's happened with quite a few now. Seems to be Kylie Upchurch. They like to mess with me. 2 strikes already. I haven't been streamed or owl yet. I don't know what you meant to say there with that typo, Nana. Nana, work is about to slow down. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, because probably like your football season is wrapping up and you're doing a lot of yelling at the band, at the football marching band. I mean, not yelling in a bad way, just doing your job. I corrected it, LOL. Um, it's tough because we want to believe, but it's still just hearsay. Yeah, with Kylie, I mean, I want to believe that she is not uh, deceased. I would love it if she was still of this earth. Um, but yeah, I don't necessarily believe that. I hope that it's true, but it seems pretty far-fetched. At Casey the cat, it was 6 years ago. All is good, but thank you. Ted Gunderson was right. After a conversation last night, Ted Gunderson was right. I don't know who Ted is. Writing down that name. And someone was texting my husband last night. I hope that's a positive thing for you to rest and prepare for the holiday and not going to be hard for you, hun. stuff he didn't know what it meant, but I was suspicious and he has bad judgment, so I keep an eye out. Kimberly, how weird, hun. I hope not negative shite. And outdoorsy says, damn, late again. Been working outside again, outdoorsy life. Good for you. Yeah, that's cute. Nana, our competition time is closing. Wow. Yeah, you rock, man. Ara. And I saw your cooking video the other night. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I think I was watching it live, but just part of it. Like I missed the beginning and I missed the end, but I caught some in the middle there. Um, let's see. What did I skip? I think I last year someone was leaking memes about Joan of Arc. I think I can ponder very quickly to a conclusion on that one. And Black Brotherhood is working. Sinister Path, Order of Nine Angels type of magic. Well, that sounds really sinister right there. Kimberly, are you both okay? And Fred Field, hello, hello. At one time, I worked Palo Mowbray, but I never worked the red stuff, only root and bone and spirit things I found in nature, never the red stuff. I've always worked animal rescue and nurtured life. I stumble with drugs at times. Oh man, yeah, that's heavy duty. Gotta try to steer clear of the substances for sure. My son, about 30 minutes ago, turned and one leg went down to kitchen. I was hovering under my floorboards and forgot to put one back. I guess he now knows he has a shite Friday the 13th. Oh my goodness. My husband is in Lambda Chi, second level initiation. That's interesting, Kimberly. Interesting or creepy? I don't know, or both. Um, let's see. Do you remember the movie called White Noise with Michael Keaton? I don't remember that one. I might have been so freaked out after Pacific Heights that I couldn't do any more Michael Keaton movies. I mean, he played a good creeper. He knew how to be a creeper. Haven't started a channel. I mean, I like streaming, etc. And God is sending actual messengers again. I've had Mary visit me twice. I thought it was just good weed. Dang, Mary Jane. Um, Kylie, Libby, Abby, the four beautiful Idaho children. Good morning, everyone. Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, the honey badger girl. I was talking about you again. Were your ears burning? I caught some of your oh, what was it? Your opinion about the CNY drops, your critique of it. And I really appreciate your critique. I really appreciate CNY also. I don't want her to think I'm throwing any shade at her. I'm just very skeptical of everyone and everything, especially social media. So I really enjoyed your perspective and you being so blunt about it. So thank you. Good morning, everyone. I finally got around to doing a review on CNY, but I had to record Megan first. Yeah. Um, oh, you had to record like a live or something with Megan? I haven't seen that. Rachel, all deceased. And that's so weird, Kimberly, with the Idaho 4. That was what they said Bethany was saying outside of the house, that all she could say was that one word, the DEAD. I don't. mm. The whole story about that whole 8 hours is crazy. The whole freaking story. The whole 4-hour delay in the lead investigator arriving is crazy. The whole thing about the knife sheath under Maddie, next to Maddie. Like, Brett Payne in the PCA said that he could see it from the doorway. He could see that knife sheath on top of the bed. And then somewhere else it says that it was under Maddie, that it was halfway. Like, you can't have it all three ways. You got to pick one. And then the whole thing with that Idaho State Patrol officer that collected the sheath when that's not their duty. That would be the Moscow PD's duty. It's like nobody wanted to deal with that whole sheath thing. It's kind of like that sheath thing was a hot potato because it was like fabricated. Nobody wanted to attach their name to it. Just an opinion. Just an opinion. Okay, I'm keeping up with my peeps here. Kimberly, my weed, the nuts I laughed for, I can't remember actually, but till it hurt 20 minutes plus with lots of outbursts. After I questioned it too, like social engineering. Hey, avoid ice. Huh? What do you mean avoid ice? Daho? Dahu? I don't believe it. Social engineering at all. That is bad cover. Hit that like button on the way in. Meow, meow. That's cute. Roof, roof. Meow, meow. Grr. Kimberly, dark cult connections. I saw something today that I'm not sure whether my imagination is in overdrive or not. It's easy for the imagination to go over the top with that stuff. Like, be careful when you're looking at that stuff. It's so easy. Creepy AF. Just take it in small, small doses, if at all. That's my opinion anyway. Good morning. McAllister says, tell me, Nana, you're a seer. I can translate. I'm a seer too. Um, avoid ice. Oh, okay. Now I understand. Hey, avoid ice. I didn't know that was somebody's handle. Avoid ice too. Says, I miss you all. I've been grinding at work. What a funny handle, avoid ice too. That doesn't have anything to do with Ice Ice Baby, does it? Trying to catch up. Let's see. Social media is their engineering, social engineering. Um, you think Maui was? Hey, Annie Ruler. I'm struggling to know. It's been very strange my life since Kylie. It's so difficult to put down in words. Interesting, Nana. Mrs. Justice, Ms. Justice, I am the same way. Just because we don't agree with everything doesn't mean we're not capable of respecting them. Exactly. Exactly. I can't stay quiet, Mrs. Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, the Honey Badger. I can't stay quiet when it comes to Kylie. Well, girl, you speak your truth. You do it. I support that 100%. We all speak our truth, right? Um, let's see, keep yelling because you are keeping the seers alive. That's why I fucking love you, Mrs. G. Exactly. God is speaking to us if you're able to swim the currents. In my opinion, Kaylee was dealing DGs. Please help me out. I want to know what that is. DGs. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was thinking Kylie because I know you don't normally talk about the Idaho case, but I noticed last night you had a bunch of drops about the Idaho case, and I 100,000% think that you're on track with that, and that's no shade at Kaylee. I mean, college kids do stuff like that. I mean, I think you almost get a free pass when you're in college to do stuff like that. Come on, in my humble opinion. That is what the water references are talking about. And so you might be talking about Maui with that, Kimberly. Oh, swim the currents. Okay. Love to you all. Holy war has begun. It truly has. Let's see. Yeah. The whole thing in Maui, like I said yesterday, the photographs of Maui and the photographs of the war, like I can't see the difference. Like they look the exact same. Like I think that it is a war over there in Maui. Divine Justice says I should finally make reservations today for Truckee. I've decided to fly into Reno but stay in Truckee. Yes, I'm so curious what you're going to do there, Mrs. G. How many days are you thinking you'll stay? There is a reason that spiritual discernment is listed as a spiritual gift in many ancient texts. Kylie has always had a beautiful purpose, even though it has to reveal and put suffering upon thee. People forget that we're here to question everything and state opinions. I prefer staying focused on things that can be backed up with receipts, sources, facts. We can discuss hearsay all day long. This is my son's YouTube account, so I use it. Oh, the avoid ice too. Very cool. Um, Squirrels, I'm interesting in providing things too. This is why I'm backing up on my community page. Justice. It was sticks, lots of them stacked in neat piles, standing up like stored the ones that lay across the poor Delphi lasses. Oh, creepy AF. Um, I have stored sticks around a weird square home with a truck, and I stated publicly I'm backing off that because of the name. It's no shade at all. I don't think she did it only deal. There are people that don't use but deal. That's a really good point, Divine Justice. Absolutely. In fact, if you're going to deal, you shouldn't use because a lot of people that do both end up using too much of the product, getting themselves in financial trouble, and maybe rubbed out because of that. So, yeah, it's a dangerous game to play. It's absolutely like substance abuse is a dangerous game to play. Like, stay away on all levels if possible. But then, the whole thing with Emma Bailey and Demetrius Robertson, I mean, come on, like, it's all, they all know each other. The whole thing with Dylan and her boyfriend, whose name I'm forgetting again, that guy. I mean, shady, shady, shady. Um, Kimberly, OMG, this was on a great channel. He and his wife were on ghost hunt investigating an old school. Very cool, especially this time of year. That's fun. I'm going to have the time of my life. Mrs. G, the honey badger says, talking about going to Truckee. Maui is done by the sinister currents. Tell that ghost hunt channel back off. Do not go to that spot again. And no caving, especially not in Canada. Are you from Canada, Kimberly? Agree, Mrs. G. Yes. Everything I've put together ends up being things creators come to. I must tell you, the three parts time I find bizarre. At COL, not sure. Um, that's how you lose profits. LOL. Kaylee was money oriented her whole life. Her family said so. Okay, so you're talking about when you use, that's how you lose your profits, right? The smart business people deal and don't use. And then, yeah, the people that use and deal get themselves in trouble. That's how it goes. Um, Kaylee was oriented around money. Yes, she was. She was very goal oriented. And, you know, I don't know if that was the first car she ever purchased, but that was a pretty nice car for a 21-year-old to buy themselves as they're graduating college. Like she wasn't even quite graduated yet. Um, that was quite the rig. And it is very curious where the money came from. And that's not to throw any shade her way at all. It's just really curious where the money came from. And, both her and Kylie, both Kaylee and Kylie worked at like coffee shops or Kylie worked at a tea house, but we don't know when they worked there. We don't know how long they worked there. It seems like Kylie worked at the tea place in Truckee for about a year and a half, but up until when, from when to when? And it seems like Kaylee hadn't worked at the coffee place in a while. But I mean, you're not going to make that kind of money at a coffee place, even if you're full time and overtime. That's just not the way those things go. But I wonder about the OnlyFans stuff, especially if they were doing OnlyFans stuff, the sororities and the university, and then upon graduating, people wanted to do it on their own and not split the profits with anybody. Like that has always seemed to me as a very viable foundation of this whole landscape. Um, Kimberly, funny enough, the wife got real scared just after and they stopped. And Annie Ruler says Jaeger. Um, the fear she felt is the negative energy surrounding that place. COL, celebration of life. Thank you, squirrels. I'm like, what? I thought that was like a typo. Everything I've put together ends up being things creators some to, I must tell you, the three parts time I find bizarre at the celebration of life. Oh, um, let's see. And lunchtime is over. See you next time. Yeah, and I was thinking I need to wrap up shortly too, Ara, so you won't be missing much. We'll wind it down. There are ritually charged items, Palo ritual sticks. Enjoy the rest of your day, Miss Ara. I'll screenshot them. Um, used in root work, rune craft, red stuff work, unalive work. All these are actually things you can use and manipulate. They can be used to heal as well. Love to see you, Ara. I'm interested, Nana. You are welcome to email me what you see, but the fear energy that is, do not go back. Kimberly, true, hun. It's like bad crimes, etc., and the hands behind them. Yeah, but I feel fell last night. My daughter's while dog sitting because she has metal thing to keep the dogs out of the kitchen. I was trying to step over it, and my legs are too short, and I fell. Ouch! I hope you're okay. The intent, Nana. They put their intent into everything they use for the purpose, including the act. The three is an Odinist sinister way reference. Shan, I tried, hun. I'm pants. I'm pants. I think I done email wrong. I'm still scared of my life. I'll try harder. Um, too funny. Oh my goodness, Mrs. G, you good? I did that once, first years back. You good, Mama? Totally agree. Scrolls of Fire, your content has been fire. I agree 100%. Your dedication is amazing. Absolutely. Yeah, if you guys have missed any of Squirrels's drops these last couple of weeks, catch up. She's given you a minute to catch up while she's not pumping stuff out. Um, Trinity can be manipulated for good or evil because it's integral to the foundation of our universe. I still don't spill any yogurt in my cup. Didn't break my phone. Well, that's amazing. Hit that one. I just hope you didn't hurt yourself. Spilling yogurt is like call the UN peacekeepers. And there's Squirrel's awesome Gmail address. It's hilarious. Um, Gender mind F without any vowels. Very funny. That's a war crime in my household. I just made sure to hold on my cup and phone. Cup right in hand and phone in left. Oh, sort of like what's her name going down the hill with her puppy dog and her phone and the charger. Good old Xanamay. Were you doing a Xanamay? Were you holding your dog when she rolled, when she got tumbled? Isn't that how she said it? I got tumbled. um Funny you should mention the Trinity. I feel that poor love, same as Kylie. I got old genes. I can't eat wheat. I can only eat veggies, meats, and dairy. Well, that's a pretty healthy diet, in my opinion. Um, Shan, I screenshot that. I can do that. Great email too. Okay, so let me look at my notes. And I know there was a lot of stuff that I had wanted to share with you guys that I didn't get to earlier. Um, I couldn't get those hyperlinks from the video yesterday. Um, Rana Boomer was going to do the hyperlink to, or the link to Jacob's channel, and I was able to find his channel. So I will put a link to his channel in today's description. What was the other one? Let's see. And I haven't caught up with the Army for Jesus. Have you guys caught up with that? I know she's been productive, and I'm curious what she's got to say. Um, let's see. Yeah, I'm really curious about the Darcy Smith grievances that she filed that never got investigated. And then she got investigated. And then I believe it was 3 or 4 days after the police interviewed her that then she was found unalived in her car at work at the fairgrounds. Like that is as suspicious as can be, in my opinion. Like I'd said earlier, I don't think that even if there was money missing, that that has any meaning in that she was responsible for it. I wouldn't be surprised if the people that she filed the grievances about, that perhaps they had something to do with money missing, if there was indeed money missing. But people don't just unalive themselves for being interviewed about something like that. Like, yeah, it's stressful, but I'm not buying it. It's so creepy. And I know that it was 2 counties away from, Moscow, but it just makes me wonder. I mean, the population in Idaho is fairly low, so even though things are spread out, it's not as much as a of a distance as like in Ohio if something's 2 counties away. I mean, that's not even that far. But, like I was saying about Alaska, if you're within 1,000 miles of somebody in Alaska, they consider you a next door neighbor, and I'm not exaggerating. I would think that Idaho's kind of similar because there's so much of Idaho that is just all mountains and back roads. So there's not a very high population, and especially people in positions of power are all going to be connected with one another. Um, got tumbled in Truckee. Is that how she said it? Is that the quote? let's see. I missed some things. Um, the Truckee stumble tumble. That's nice, Nana. Thank you for that. Truckee stumble tumble. Is that like a new dance? I got tumbled in Truckee. Anime. That's a perfect quote right there. Can I title this video that? I'll give you credit. I'm curious about her. Curious about the Darcy Smith, or curious about the Pelletier's executive assistant Terry Jones. I mean, both of these women sounds sus AF. I don't think Army for Jesus is compromised. I think she is seeing things, meaning noticing things. Shan, do you think she made that video of how steep it was for the tumbled Truckee tarts after, not before? She has the knowledge to notice it. I think she's off base, but to each their own. Um, right. I mean, every content creator, we're all different from each other. Um, and the White Light Brotherhood is putting out memes and things like that. Hey, CB, sorry, we're about to wrap it up. We're winding it down. Like the Joan of Arc memes I found from last year. Kimberly Army seemed very heavy, low shouldered at the moment. Need to keep her strong. She's good light one. Um, Buried on iFunny was a channel, basically a modern numbers station. Oh, just as she did, did. She so did. Are you talking about the tumble stumble? Got it. I'll subscribe. I think I already subscribed it. Are you doing lunch with Megs in Truckee? LOL. Oh, good idea, Fred Field. Yeah, that would be scary, huh? Posted the gate thing. I'll have to check out the gate thing. Are you talking about the gate in Reno where there may have been a sighting of Kylie? Is that what you're talking about, Divine Justice? Let's see. I have an anime video titled Tumbled in Truckee. Patrick does some good anime videos, LOL. Cool. I'll have to check that out. Between you all, it does help Case, even if you're not aware. Um, I think just keeping the attention on it. I think there's a synergistic momentum. We've got to stay focused. Yeah, bummer, no notifications. Fred, are you feeling okay? And thanks for reminding me to take my extra big cross. Yes, take your extra big cross. Man, Crime Circus was sharing some of the comments that he's had recently in his last video. Like a lot of threats, crazy stuff, and people telling him to like take his holy water, and that maybe he shouldn't wear a cross because somebody could like use it to jab his eyes out. Like, who talks like that? Like, that's some evil effery. But I'm glad that he shared those comments because it's good information. Note to self. Um, let's see. Please show it again. Shan, Nana asks. Joan of Arc is my idol. Oh, I love that movie from back in the late 90s. Like, I think it was about the year 2000, the Joan of Arc movie. Fabulous. Um, Mila Jovovich, I think is how you say her name. Army's last two videos were total definition of clickbait. Were they really, Sunflower Dragon? That's sad. I mean, that's just not what it's about. Sorry, I had to do something catching up on 2 times speed. Um, Judas Maccabeus. Is that like biblical divine justice? The Judas? Um, I have to shut up. My husband's phone is blowing up and he's napping. He won't hurt me, but I'm sensitive to his mental health right now. Yeah, you don't want to like wake the sleeping bear, right? I kind of went off on Army, felt a tad bit bad, but not. Well, yeah, you gotta speak your mind and speak your heart. I mean, good to give honest feedback, right? I've screamed at the screen for so long at times when I see connections like joining dots between all discovered individually, it's easy to get lost within all. And this is deep bad. Yes, Mila's version of Joan is spot on. CNY clickbait title, and I'm on it. No, CB, you were right on. Sunflower Dragon says, am I bad? I don't remember the titles, but I enjoy the stream. No, I don't think that's bad at all. So I've shared with you guys, Cluminate is a channel that I really enjoy. And in her most recent drop, I think from last night, she was talking about um, that some people are very shy about ever mentioning other channels. And I've shared with you guys many times, like, I'm not shy about mentioning other channels. I like to be shy about criticizing other channels. Personally, I'm okay with you guys criticizing other channels in my chat. That's absolutely fine. Otherwise, I'd say something. But I do think it's important to let the voices be heard, whether that's the other channels' voices or the content creators or the viewers. I think that we all have a voice, all of our opinions are valid, and that it's just good to keep it real and get it off your chest. So I support that 100%. I just think that for me to critique other channels, I try to be very, very careful unless I'm talking positively about them, like Drip Drop or Cluminate or Bubbly Waters or Shan or Divine Justice. Um, and, I just, um, I appreciate your honesty, and I like to be honest with you guys. There was a channel about a year ago that did a video on me, and they used like 15 minutes of my content with no break. So I tried to report them because it was the first time anybody had critiqued me. And it was like, I think even in the title, it was like, what does Justice think about? Why does Justice think Lindsay is using drugs or something like that? I can't remember because I think that it's been deleted. I tried to report it to YouTube. YouTube told me that I needed to contact them directly. I had no desire to contact them directly, so I didn't. But I can't find that video because I've looked for it recently. Um, and I just, I started to watch it, but I didn't want to see somebody tearing me up because I just thought it would drive me a little up the wall. If they had nothing valid to say, in my opinion, then that would be a relief. But if I saw some validity in what they were saying, that would be rough. So I just decided at that point that I wouldn't watch anything that was somebody doing that, just critiquing my work. And I'm glad that I made that decision early on. I don't think there's been a lot of people critiquing me on YouTube that I know of, and I think that you guys were probably how I found out about that one that was doing it a year ago. And it's a little bit nerve-wracking, and I feel uneasy to critique other channels unless I feel like they're very malicious, like the UBAC thing or like the TCT thing. um, then I feel like it's my duty to speak up, but I still try to walk lightly. So, what did I miss? Oh my goodness. Oh, Judas Macabeus is why we have Hanukkah. Thank you for that. I'm very interested in the Jewish religion, but I'm don't know very much about it. So, let's see. Let me highlight that one. Love Illuminati channel, Illuminati, right? That's what you're talking about. Um, part of I can't spell. Kimberly, is he safe in your hands? But are you okay? Um, I'm just floating. I just want to keep floating. I want to float a little bit further away. Did you all know women were crucified for circumcise their sons in that time? What? Well, that's wild. Um, it's mutilation. Yes, Kimberly. Oh, wait. Okay. Sacrifice just a little. Kimberly, bless you. Need a bit of rest and meditation. Get your strength back, both mentally and emotionally. I respect CNY's dedication to Kylie, even if I don't agree 100%. But Army for Jesus feel like her meds are giving her the shakes and mild hallucinations. Ooh, ouch. I hope she's okay. Um, insert shrugs, shruggy. God said it's the circumcision of the heart. Goodness gracious, that's important. Sacrifice just a little. You have to give to get, just want correct information that is being put out. That is all. Mark's back, and I'm trying to wrap it up, but I'm glad that you're back. How was it? Was it a good one? I love how everyone brings their own thoughts and differences to cases, but don't need drama and chaos between channels. Here for one thing, justice. Exactly. That's what I thank you. You worded that very well. I couldn't have said it better. I mean, that's what, I mean, I'm flattered if other channels want to talk about me, even if they're talking smack. I mean, no publicity is bad publicity. Isn't that the saying with the entertainment industry? And this is kind of the entertainment industry. I mean, I'm just glad that people care what I have to say. So, it was flattering, as nerve wracking as it was. But, my thought was if she's got 15 minutes of my content that she's playing without a break, then isn't that like stealing my material? Like, if that's her content, she's taking my content and making it her content. Shan, I'll keep an eye on her as much as I can see if that true. I can help and maybe for a bit needs rest away from here, but I honestly can't say anything to that yet. And the channel that did that, I don't want to call her out right now, but I don't think that she's a for real channel. I think she's all fake. Um, fake accent, fake everything, wig. Um, Yeah, I've been considering talking about it to you guys, but maybe I'll do some private messaging with Shan and see what she thinks. Get a second opinion. And let's see. Yeah, let's wrap it up, you guys. I try to scare off sinister floaters. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't have issues with any creator. I will speak my truth always, and it's no shade at all. Oh, yeah, I didn't get that at all. Divine Justice. I love ya, girl. Um, I called them turds. Insert Beavis laugh. That's funny. Open to text, babe, always. All right, you guys, let's do the peace out again. Thank you so much for coming back. I'm so glad that I was able to get up and running for a second time today. I'm going to try to do a video over the weekend, but I certainly can't promise. My family just puts way too many demands on me. And then, it's just chaos. So, I don't want to stress myself out with it. I like to just kind of go with the flow. So I want to do a video this weekend, but I'm not sure that I can. So I'm really glad that I got the second one in today. Um, let's see. Don't go. So GOKL, don't go. Jane, to replay. After all, we must be careful not to become like that in which we wish to eradicate. Exactly. That's precisely it, isn't it? It's like there's been situations where I'm like, if I call them out, then I'm doing exactly what they're doing. So thanks, you guys. Thank you so much. I have no issues with any creators. I just don't watch ones I don't agree with. But also, I have the right to my opinion. And I just like to watch the ones that, like I've said recently, I don't care what they're talking about as long as it's them. And I feel that way about you and Ara. Like, you guys could be reading me the dictionary, and I'd be cool with that. Um, and Divine Justice and Mark Molina, it's just nice to have that sense of community. So if there's somebody that I don't like, even if I like what they have to say, I don't choose to listen to that. If I feel a good vibe, then I'm all about it. Have a lovely day. Yes, you too. I don't support constant misinformation. Absolutely. I was asked by one of my subs to review it. I know, and I love that you said that, Divine Justice. Because yeah, a lot of people in my chat yesterday were telling me that I needed to see that and some other stuff. And so I was doing what my viewers were telling me to do. Kylie deserves solid coverage, and she deserves us to ask questions about everything upside down, inside out, and backwards and forwards again. I think we need to stay on it. They need to just come out and stop hiding this crap. If good guys are fighting for good people, just tell us. Yep. All right, you guys. Peace out. Have a really good afternoon. Rest of your Friday the 13th. Hopefully, you stay safe and have a great weekend. I hope to see you over the weekend. If not over the weekend, then by Monday. Please check out my recent community posts. I put one up a couple days ago that I was very tentative about putting up because I couldn't find the video where I took the screenshot. And it's of the person with the cornrows in their hair and their face down. And I believe that they're a victim of the Maui fire. But check out that community post and tell me what you think, please, because it's absolutely horrific. But I think it's important to look at the truth with what happened there. Um, like someone on their deathbed told someone on their deathbed. Oh, blessings and love to you all. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon. Get your sunshine and fresh air and water and nutrition, exercise, kindness, relaxation, rest, and light and love. Talk to you soon. See you on the flip side.